Welcome to Beyond the Divide, the story of Ethan Hawthorn, a struggling young artist in the city of Virelia, where dreams are painted in bold colors and friendships are tested by ambition, doubt, and the hope for something more. If you love stories about art, friendship, and chasing your dreams, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Ethan Hawthorn's studio looked like a tornado had hit an art supply store. Canvases everywhere, paint tubes rolling underfoot, and a cityscape on the easel that looked like it was having an existential crisis. Ethan stared at his painting, convinced it was the worst thing ever created. The cityscape looked less like a masterpiece and more like a crime scene. He groaned, running a paint-stained hand through his hair, leaving a streak of blue on his forehead. Carter Vance strolled in, arms crossed, grinning like he'd just caught Ethan in the act of a crime. "You know, if you stare at that thing any longer, it's going to start charging you rent." Ethan shot him a look. "It's not working. I think I broke art." Carter snorted. "You can't break art, but you can definitely bruise its ego. What's got you so dramatic this time?" Ethan sighed, gesturing at the painting. "It's supposed to be Virelia at sunset, but it looks like the city's on fire and not in a good way." Carter walked over, squinting at the canvas. "I mean, if you wanted to capture chaos, you nailed it. But hey, maybe chaos is your thing. You could call it urban meltdown and sell it for a fortune." Ethan groaned louder. "I'm serious, Carter. What if I never finish anything good again?" Carter grinned. "Then you'll join the club, Artists Anonymous. Hi, I'm Ethan, and I haven't finished a painting in 3 weeks. Ethan tried to laugh, but it came out as a sigh. "I wish Naomi was here. She always knew how to snap me out of this." Carter's smile faded for a second. "Yeah, it's weird without her. The studio's too quiet, and you're way too dramatic for just one person to handle." Ethan looked at the mess around him. "She'd probably tell me to stop whining and just paint." Carter nodded. "And then she'd steal your snacks and leave glitter everywhere." Ethan smiled a little. "I miss that." Carter clapped him on the back. "We both do. But hey, you've got me. And I brought snacks. Well, I brought one snack. I ate the rest on the way." Ethan rolled his eyes. "You're hopeless." Carter grinned. "But I'm here. Now step away from the canvas before you start a fire with your anxiety." Ethan set his brush down, looking at the painting one last time. "Maybe I just need a break." Carter nodded. Or a miracle. Or both. Suddenly, Ethan's phone buzzed. He jumped like he'd been electrocuted. Carter raised an eyebrow. "Expecting a call from the Queen?" Ethan checked the message, his eyes going wide. "I got into the Solterra art exhibit." Carter's jaw dropped. "No way! That's huge! You're going to be famous. I'll start practicing my 'I knew him before he was cool' speech." But Ethan's excitement fizzled as fast as it came. "Henry Caldwell's going to be there. He'll probably roast me alive." Carter grinned. "Then we'll bring marshmallows." Ethan tried to smile, but the nerves were back. "What if I mess it up?" Carter shrugged. "Then you'll mess it up in style, but you won't. You're Ethan Hawthorn, the guy who once painted an entire mural with a toothbrush because he lost his brushes." Ethan laughed finally. "That was not my finest hour." Carter winked. "But it was your most creative." Ethan looked at the painting, then at Carter. "Thanks, man." Carter nodded. "Anytime. Now let's get some air before you start naming the paint blobs." Ethan grabbed his jacket, and the two friends headed for the door, leaving the chaotic studio and the unfinished cityscape behind. But just as they reached the door, a knock thundered through the studio. Carter froze. "If that's the art police, I'm blaming you." Ethan opened the door, heart pounding, not knowing that everything was about to change. Thanks for watching episode 1 of Beyond the Divide. If you enjoyed the story, please hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next episode. Drop a comment below. What would you name Ethan's painting? And stay tuned for episode 2, where a long-lost friend returns and things get a whole lot more interesting. See you soon.